Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be actually diverting from the um the 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 booktube world, and I will be diving into the TV world. And today I'm going to be talking about the top 10 things I hate about the TV show Rain. Now, before I start this, two things. One, I actually love Rain. I just don't like the parts that I'm going to be talking about, and some of it actually really hate. And the second thing is, if you have not watched Rain, don't watch this video yet, and go watch it, because I actually do recommend it to a lot of my friends. So, without further ado, the top 10 things I hate about Rain. Number 10, Kenna. Just Kenna. I hate her as a character. She's a spoiled brat who I hate the way that she's a spoiled brat who doesn't really think ahead with the things she does, and I hate characters like that. I hate that she thinks what she does will have no repercussion, and I wish that Mary didn't take her back as her lady once Henry died. So with Kenna, she is one of Mary's ladies, which historically all of them were named Mary, but you can't do that in media because of the confusion. So I was okay with that, but Kenna is just really annoying. It's really annoying. Number 9, Francis' death. Now, I don't hate that Francis died, because that's actually historically accurate, but I hate how he died, because the way that the real Francis died could have been worked into the show a lot more. Now I'm going to say something. I don't care that it's historically inaccurate, but if there was already an interesting thing that happened to the real person that is being characterized, I would have wanted that to be in the show and not have them just make it up because they needed more viewership. So yeah, the real Francis, he was very sick as a kid, and his sickness was how he died. I think he had not the sweat, he had I believe it was tuberculosis. Please, guys, correct that if I'm wrong. Just a lot of people back then just died of different crap, so I don't know which one he had. So the way that the Francis died in the show was really drama baiting, and it didn't need to be there. Number 8 is No, Lola, and Bash. In season 1, they were kind of hinting that they could have been together, and with what happened at towards the end of season 1 into season 2, I would have liked that a lot more if Bash and Lola had gotten together. If they had done the plot line that they used with her and Francis, with Bash, when Mary and Francis were separated, and Mary was with Bash, I think that would have been a lot more compelling and a lot easier to swallow than Lola and Francis being together for like a month. So I just wish that Lola and Bash were together, and perhaps Bash and Lola and Bash being together, perhaps that would have stopped her death. So maybe. Number 7. Speaking of Francis and Lola. Okay, I'm gonna be the first one to say, because I think that I'm actually the minority on this. I don't hate that they got together. I just wish that they went that the writers went another avenue with it. I wish that the writers did something more creative with it, and I wish that if they did do number, what was it, 8, then this wouldn't have ever happened. I wish that they did number 8, so number 7 wouldn't have existed, and we wouldn't have had the whole drama between Mary, Princess, and Lola in season 2. So that's just what I think. Number 6, not showing Elizabeth's smallpox in season 4. Now, season 4, which I will get into soon, season 4 was pretty rushed, and so I understand that with the cancellation they couldn't have brought everything that was historically accurate and inaccurate to the table, but I just wish that instead of James having a affair with Knox's wife, which really did not take us anywhere plot wise. I wish instead of doing that, they would have showed a lot more English court and her and Elizabeth having smallpox, and this is where I think the movie Mary, Queen of Scots really succeeded on where season 4 left. And even though Mary Queen of Scots was never an adaptation of season 4, which I like to think in my mind it was, it did something that season 4 lacked, and that's just because it was canceled during production. I think that's what happened, and so I just wish that they have shown that, and then after that, show Elizabeth wear the white makeup a lot more as the season progressed, and not at the epilogue where we only see like half a shot of her when she's talking to James the 5th, James the 10th, James the 5th, James the 6th, Mary's son. So yeah. Number 5, costumes. Okay, so I go to school for theater acting, and during this spring semester, the theater production workshop class I'm in, we put on the semester shows, and the students are the costume designer and the lighting designer, the set designer, the sound designer, the props, the shop foreman, the assistant to whoever needs it, the stage manager. Like we learn how to do these things. And in the spring, I was the costume designer, and during that I learned a lot about costumes, and I learned that some things just should not mix. And with me rewatching Rain again, I really hate the costumes. Actually, I hated the costumes before I took the class, but after I took the class, I really hated them even more. Okay, I hate the modern mixed in with some historically accurate clothes. I like the historically accurate clothes because I just think it worked a lot better with the modern costumes mixed with the accurate ones. It really stood out where it shouldn't have. Like, I can think of Kenna's white dress, white short dress that she wears in season 1. If I can find a picture of it, I'll put it up here. But if I can't, I can't. One of the dresses that I did love so much was Mary's coronation dress. It was amazing. I loved it so much. Even with the modern, the modern touches, it didn't bring me out of the scene. So yeah, the costumes, they could have been a hell of a lot better. I stabbed my toe. Number 4. Oh, number 4, season 4. The Rush and Short season 4. Okay, I can do I can't do a whole video on it, but I wish I could. Season 4, it was a mess. It was shoved. It's like making a three patty burger, but you ran out of the meat that you were using, so you improvise. So, season 4, I liked the English court in season 4, especially when Elizabeth and Gideon were involved, even though that was not historically accurate, which I don't really care if it's historically accurate. I ship them forever. I don't care for Gideon and Mary, Gideon and Elizabeth forever. With season 4, however, I know what they were going for, and I wish that they could have kept the time they had in the beginning, because if we're not rushed, we would have gotten something totally different. I think we probably could have delved more into Scotland court and definitely French court, because there's a cliffhanger, which is number 3. This cliffhanger that gets on my nerves. Actually, there's 2 cliffhangers. But anyway, so yeah, season 4 wasn't great. I feel this way, and this is probably how the season 8 Game of Thrones haters feel. I like season 8. I was okay with it. I have seen worse, but there is a total difference, and where Game of Thrones planned to be short, Reign didn't. So it's just two different finales. Yeah, two different outcomes. So with that, season 4, yeah. I liked Darnley as the villain, but again, with how rushed it was, I wish that we could have gotten Bothwell, because Mary, historically and accurately, married Bothwell, and I don't know if they actually said something about that. But it's also in season 4, we never actually find out what happened to Bash and Kenna, and I don't really care about Kenna, but I will be damned if I don't know where Bash went and if he was alive by the series finale, just at a really old age. I want to know what happened to Bash. If anyone actually did find out about what the writers said, please tell me, because I want to know what happened to him after he left Scotland. God, I love Bash. Yeah. So I think, in season 4, I believe it's when Lola dies, and there's something about Lola's death that makes me feel so bad. It's, of course, I should feel bad, especially because she is my favorite character, alongside Gideon, but and with her death, it's something rare that only if you watch Game of Thrones that you will pick up on. Not a lot of TV shows, at least in America, will pan back to the cut off body, and there's like three instances in 3 different TV shows where I believe that I saw that and I loved it to death. One is with this, 2, Game of Thrones. It is off the list because they always do that. Number 2 is Borgia, Faith and Fear. I believe they did that. It's been a minute since I've actually seen that. And 3 is the Spanish Princess. I accidentally I found all of the episodes, and then I watched them even before I think they didn't even come out yet. I think someone leaked them, and I didn't realize it, so I watched the whole show in like the whole season within like a day, but I won't tell you who died because I forgot his name. So yeah, and with season 4, trying to think what else there is that I liked or didn't like about it that I'm not going to say after this one. Yeah, there's nothing else because I can't even think of anything else. Okay, number 3, leaving the show on a cliffhanger. Now, this is not where I'm not talking about Mary's execution, which I wish was actually played out because it was gruesome as heck. It's gruesome as hell. It's the cliffhanger where Catherine is talking about her other daughter, where I believe it's the one where we saw getting married in the first episode, or yeah, the first or second episode. I think it was her. It's either her or who got married in the first episode. Anyway, yeah, and then like they never do anything about that, and it's like they haven't even announced a show for her yet, and I'm mad. So there's that. And 2, it's the other cliffhanger is Leif. We don't know if he's alive or if he got to Claude. Now it has been like a couple months since I rewatched Rain, and so my memory is probably extremely fuzzy, and I'm sorry that I keep adjusting my headband. My hair is being a mess today. It's always a mess. But Late's supposed death. I guess he's dead. I don't know if we don't know if he's dead. At least I don't know if he's dead. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's yeah. I wish that they didn't do that, because they knew that they were leaving on that. I think I just wish that they had planned before they got canceled, at least to show that maybe he is alive. I don't know. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 2, Francis' character. Okay, so I don't know what the writers were thinking, but there but there are times where Francis is very bipolar, and and for some of the reasons it's justified because the few times where I was like, okay, that's fine, is when he killed Henry, and then Narcisse was blackmailing him. I was okay with him with that because I understand that he wasn't actually, he was trying to protect everyone and himself. I am okay with that. But it's with the things where he gets jealous with Mary and Vash, and then explodes on Mary for it. Except that Francis is the one that's like giving her different signals and saying this BS who she should be, like, and caring even before season 2 or the end of season 2 going into season 3. And Francis, okay, so when Francis died, I wasn't sad that he was gone. I was sad at Mary's reaction, because I really do think that Conde, before things happened, Conde was actually a better boyfriend for her, fiance, love interest for her. And now Francis, he was better than Francis, and we know how that turned out, and they had to be at least somewhat historically accurate. And so I just hate Francis. I don't hate Francis, but I just don't like his character. I don't like his. I don't like him. I don't hate him. I just don't like him. Okay, number one. I don't have any honorable mentions. So number 1, there seems to be a double standard between Mary and Francis with the love interest. So it wasn't until I watched it again where before I hated Mary because she kept hopping to different guys. Excuse me. But then on a second preview, I noticed that Francis is doing the same thing, but Mary is getting all of the repercussions for it, and I don't understand that. And then whenever Mary tries to do something right, and then someone screws it up or something goes wrong, it's Mary's fault, but they linger it on her until it becomes so much that everything is Mary's fault, even when she didn't do anything. Like with the pagan plotline, which was pointless. They blamed it on her. I believe anyway. My memory's not too sharp. And there goes the train. I'm sorry if you can hear that. But yeah, I believe that they blamed the pagans on her. Like, no, pagans are a religion. It's a cult. It's not a cult, but it's a religion. So no,